is I, Spooky Memphis XLR8, here with another Halloween-themed episode of Check This Out, where we're checking out Halloween-inspired and themed sort of decks on EDO Pro. Today we are taking a look at the Frightfur / Fluffal deck, which is a deck all about fusion summoning. We like to go second primarily and try to win in one turn, although we do have some going first cards in case that happens. So we have our deck today, which we will show off in Duels on EDO Pro. And so I will now show off the deck list, and then we will do. So for our main deck today, we have one copy of Frightfur Meister, 3 Fluffal Dog, 2 Fluffal Penguin, 2 Fluffal Dolphin, 3 Edge Imp Chain, 2 Fluffal Bear, Edge Imp Saber, 2 Edge Imp Scythe, 1 Fluffal Owl, 1 Fluffal Sheep, a Fluffal Octopus, a Fluffal Cat, and 2 Fluffal Wing. We have Instant Fusion, Frightfur Fusion, Greater Polymerization, 3 Regular Polymerization, 3 Frightfur Patchwork, 2 Foolish Burial Goods. We have Monster Born and Called by the Grave, 3 Toy Vendor, and 2 copies of Necro Fusion. As to the extra deck, we have things like Cross Sheep, Underworld Goddess of the Closed World, Frightfur Sheep, Frightfur Tiger, and another Frightfur Tiger, Frightfur Wolf, 2 Frightfur Kraken, 2 Frightfur Sabertooth, Frightfur Daredevil, 2 Frightfur Cruel Whale, Guardian Chimera, and Dangerous Frightfur Nightmare. The side deck is many other cards. Fusion Weapon here is a cool card to add to Frightfur Wolf. Seems like an alright idea to make it gain 1500 attack and defense. That's a lot of attack and defense to gain. Frightfur Repair can be used to recover your cards. Lightning Storm is here in case your opponent plays a lot of spell traps or a lot of monsters. Boral Sword Dragon is another big link monster. Bagurska is here in case you need to stall for a turn. That doesn't happen too often, so that's a very weird choice, but it's a thing. This is in case Cyber Dragons, apparently. And lastly, because of Necro Fusion and things like Frightfur Tiger, I've been told you can put in artifacts in this deck, although that could make things a little less fluffily. So that's all up to you, I suppose. I'm sure there's other ways to summon these. I don't know anything about artifacts myself, but that's a thing. Anyway, that's the deck today. Let's now go into EDO Pro and duel people with it. Alright, our first duel of the day. We like to go second if we can with this deck, although going first isn't the worst thing in the world. We do have options for that, although I didn't draw any of those options, but they do exist. So we're going to add Edge Imp Scythe. This card lets me fusion summon on my opponent's turn. It's actually pretty neat. And we are going to fusion summon. And since we are going first, we are going to summon the Frightfur Sheep. We'll put that in defense mode. So now that we've fusion summoned, both Chain and Dolphin will activate their effects. Dolphin will get me back Polymerization, and Chain will let me add any Frightfur card that I happen to want, which is a pretty powerful search card, I think. To add any card of that particular group of cards. That sounds pretty good. So hopefully we'll get something good. My opponent can do something. Oh. What does this do? Oh, he negated my monster. That is unfortunate. So I could get Frightfur Fusion. That is pretty good. Or I could get Frightfur Patchwork again. This does add 2 cards. I think I should get Patchwork for now. I could always get another fusion, so I think I'm okay. I will set a card, and that'll end my turn. Like I said, this is, from the testing I did of this deck, this does seem to be more of a going second thing. Frightfurs, like, if you put in the artifacts, yes, you could go first, but they don't do a lot of going first things, Frightfurs. Oh. Alright, well, I play that card too. Alright, that's the thing. So, my opponent used Lightning Storm, and they're going to take control of my Dolphin. Okay? Armed Dragon, Thunder, level 5. What does this card do? Send a monster. Alright. This is bigger than mine, and if it... Alright, I think I should do something, so I'm going to use Edge Imp Scythe. This lets me Fusion Summon. And now I can summon out Frightfur Sabertooth. Sabertooth, when he's Fusion Summoned, I can revive a Frightfur monster. And he also makes all my monsters stronger, which is pretty nice. Alright. But yes, also... What was the thing I was going to say? Yeah, I didn't use 3 materials, so this doesn't have the destruction protection, but I think I'll be okay. I mean, this monster... I mean, our monsters are the same, and he can destroy the sheep. But luckily when sheep is destroyed, it actually comes back, but stronger. It actually gains 800 attack points, so that's pretty good. Alright, so we should be alright, I think. I'm going to activate another Fight for Patchwork. And get another copy of Chain. This way I can Fusion Summon. And I'm going to make this creature. This is Frightfur Kraken. It's a rather powerful monster. I can send a... What was it? I can send a monster to the graveyard, but I can't attack the same turn. Or I can't attack directly. Yeah. Something like that. But it can attack twice, which I think is... this might be one of the better Frightfur cards. I mean, Sabertooth is also really good. Then again, Sheep is also good. All of them are really good. They just have a lot of really good cards. So what can I Fusion Summon? I can't make these two because I need the specific monster, unfortunately. Edge Imp, 2 Fluffals. Alright, I think I can make this. So I'm going to Fusion Summon Mary using 3 monsters, and I'll make this. This is Night Mary. And I can do something with this. I forget what this card does, but it does have an effect. So we're going to attack with all of our monsters, and I think that's enough damage for win, which is what this deck is supposed to do, so I guess I did it right this time, so hooray for me. We'll attack with Nightmare, though, because she did show up, so I don't want to have her not do anything. So, that's the idea of this deck. You know, you just try to summon a bunch of fusion monsters and go from there. And, you know, all of our monsters did something useful. So, I'm happy that they all got to participate. So, let's go ahead for the second duel and show off some of the other cards we can make. Alright, our second opponent, continuing to do what we want to do. Alright, this is actually a really powerful hand, I have to say. I have the Toy Vendor, which is one of the stronger cards in this deck. Basically, what this can do is I can discard one of the cards in my hand to draw a card, and if it's a Fluffal, I can summon any of the monsters that are in my hand. Yeah, it can be any monster, which is, I think, a really powerful effect. And if it leaves the field, just sent to the grave, as it says, then I can search any of my Edge Imp Sabers or Fluffal monsters. What does this card do? Alright. Monsters the opponent controls lose 200 attack for every hero card in the graveyard. Oh, that's not good. What else does it do? Destroy both one card you control and a card on the field. Okay. That seems like a fairly decent card. Alright. But we'll use Foolish Burial Goods. I can send Toy Vendor to the grave and immediately get a search of a monster. And we're going to add a copy of... what do I want? I could get Fluffal Wing, but I'm going to get Fluffal Bear. I'm going to get Fluffal Bear. I think this is a good idea. So we're going to use the bear. We're going to discard this, and this will allow me to get another Toy Vendor. I do have the ability to get back Toy Vendor, so, you know, it's not a bad thing to just get all the Toy Vendors. It works. So we're going to use Fluffal Dog. So my monsters lose 400 attack points, alright. Not necessarily a good thing, but it's what it is. And we're going to use Toy Vendor. We're discarding the Fluffal Wing. And we drew into a monster, so that's good. So, this lets me summon another monster. So what I'm going to do is summon Fluffal Penguin. Alright. Then I'm going to use Fluffal Penguin's effect. I can summon a monster from my hand. And what monsters are in my graveyard? I actually don't want to use the octopus right now. Not just yet. What I am going to do is activate Instant Fusion. I pay 1,000 life points, and I can summon my sheep. Its effects are negated, I believe, or it can't attack, something like that. But now that there's 5 monsters on the field, I can summon this creature, Underworld Goddess of the Closed World. It's a pretty powerful monster. And we're going to go ahead and use Fluffal Wing. I can draw a card, and then get rid of Toy Vendor to draw another card. And then Toy Vendor will search another card. And let me think. I want Saber, I think. I think that's the right card. Possibly, maybe. So now we're going to activate Frightfur Patchwork again. We're going to get Polymerization and Edge Imp Chain. And then activate Toy Vendor again. This is one of the longer, like, combos this deck can do. So we get rid of Edge Imp Chain. Okay, Dolphin is good. We'll summon the Saber, I believe, yes. And then with Chain, I can search Frightfur Fusion. So how many Fluffals do I have in the graveyard? 1, 2, 3. I think that's enough for Frightfur Wolf, because then it can attack like 3 or 4 times. I forget how many it is, but this can attack many times. So we're going to attack with Frightfur Wolf, and I think that's another 1-turn knockout. Yeah, because this can, even if it only attacks 3 times, that's enough. So, okay. I guess this wasn't that good of a card after all. I thought it was going to be, but I don't know. Maybe it's just that I had this monster. Memphis put this in here. I don't know Did he know this was going to happen? I'm not sure. But regardless, there's our second duel. Let's go for a third duel. These are actually pretty fun. I enjoy this deck. Let's do a third duel. All right, the third opponent. I will say I really am enjoying this deck. Maybe it's because I'm finally starting to remember how to play this game in general. Or maybe Fluffals are just a really strong deck. Or is it Frightfurs? Is it Fluffals or Frightfurs? I believe the main deck monsters are... Yeah, these are the Fluffals. But these are the Edge Imps. And then the other guys are the... Those are the Frightfurs. So it's 3 different decks in one. I guess I haven't seen a Frightfur monster in the main, other than the weird card with the one that's orange and green. That's the only one I've seen that is a Frightfur. What does this do? Machine duplication. A monster with 500 less attack. Summon up to 2 monsters with the same name. Wow, that's kind of like multiply, but for machine monsters. All right. Well, my opponent has 4 monsters. That's, I could do that as well, so I know how good that is. Chimera Doll. Control this link summon card. Can only summon Xyz. Take a Gimmick puppet. Add to hand or send to the... Okay. I think. I'm still not entirely sure what my opponent's doing. I don't know what deck this is. Gimmick puppets. These are a little creepy too. I wonder if these are going to be for Halloween. They might be. They might not be. What is this? Numeron Force. Danger Bigfoot. Okay. Trade in. Alright. I mean, at any point I can summon my Cruel Whale, but I'm really concerned as to what exactly my opponent's trying to do. I'm seeing many high-level monsters. What does this even do? Summon a Gimmick puppet. Okay, so that doesn't do anything. Okay. I mean, that did look rather impressive. Gimmick Puppet of Leo. Attach material, place a destiny counter. Cannot conduct battle phase. If 3 destiny counters are on this card, you win the duel. Uh-oh. I better do something about that. I feel like allowing a monster like this to stay on the board is a bad thing. So I'm going to summon Cruel Whale. I don't mean to interrupt you, sir, but I feel like your cards are, like, really good. And if this survives too many turns, he'll win the duel automatically. Alright, so draw 2. Oh, these are all good cards. I guess polymerization, because I have another one. Alright, so we'll destroy that Gimmick Leo monster. Oh. I'm sorry. I guess I shouldn't have interrupted my opponent. Now I feel bad. Alright, well that was very quick. I guess I should go for one more duel. Yeah, let's go for one more. Hopefully it'll also be quick, but not as quick as that. Alright, a 4th duel today. This deck's doing really good. It's also very quick, I'm noticing. It doesn't take long to, like, do things in this deck. Oh, hello. Burrow Kuriboh. Oh, it's Astro Kuriboh, too. Okay. So is this a Kuriboh deck? That's nice. I like that. What does this Kuriboh do again? At the start of the battle phase, add a monster, add a Kuriboh, then destroy this card, essentially. Okay. Embodiment of Crime. They cannot be destroyed by battle or card effect. Okay. I mean, I can do something about that. I just need to do something about that. What do we do? Let's start with Fluffal Dog. We'll start with Fluffal Dog and add a bear. A bear. Yeah, Memphis is always telling me how good Kuribohs are. Like, they're one of the top decks. So, I should be somewhat cautious. Because I don't know what this set card is. I don't know what this card does. So I should probably take care of it before the battle phase, I think. Oh. Well, that's unfortunate. Now I won't get the... Well, I already have the cards I want anyway. And that's a bit ironic. That's a little ironic. He used Call by the Grave, and I lost to Call by the Grave. That didn't do a thing, right? So I can add another one. I think. Am I right? I think I'm right. So we'll activate Toy Vendor again. We'll summon our Kraken. We'll use 2. Yeah, I think this is right. We use 2 to summon Frightfur Kraken. And then Egypt Shane will activate. Oh, wait, no, he's... Oh. Caught by the Grave. I forgot that was a thing. Alright. I can still send that to the graveyard. And then activate Polymerization to summon Sabertooth with 3 materials. Because that will then revive my Kraken and it will be able to attack again. Alright. So... Oh wait, no, he still has Baroque Kuriboh. So he can just add any Kuriboh he wants. Also clear Kuribohs in the graveyard, so I need to be cautious about that. Kuriborn, alright. I mean, if he draws into a Kuriboh, yes, he can summon it. Alright, that's Kuriboh, indeed. I can still destroy it. I won't be able to OTK my opponent. 1 turn knockout, I won't, but... I can still do a lot of damage. Plus, you know, my monster can't be destroyed by battle or card effects. Oh yeah, I can change my monster to defense mode. I guess I should. He has more defense anyway. Alright, so Kuriborn will bring back Kuriboh. Alright. And I can't use the effect of Kraken, so I'll just end my turn. Alright. So we'll see how Kuribohs are going to do this. Pot of Extravagance. Alright. Drawing 2 cards. Multiply. Alright. Oh. Oh, I see. That is a lot of cards. Okay. Link Kuriboh. Alright, what is that going to do? What does it do? When an opponent's monster declares an attack, tribute this card, change that monster's attack to 0 to the end of the turn. If this card's in the graveyard, tribute level 1, okay. Astral Kuriboh, okay. Reveal, okay, so this is the one where, Muckraker of the Underworld. Tribute a fiend, target a fiend in the grave except for itself, discard a card, summon, cannot summon except for fiends. 5-star, okay. So he can only summon fiend monsters. I don't know what that means. Oh. I guess he couldn't do anything. Alright. Okay, so we're gonna put Kraken in attack mode. I wish I could do something about this. Oh wait, no, I can do something about the Kuriboh, right? Yeah, because if I summon Egypt Scythe in attack mode, I can attack into Link Kuriboh. Yeah, because then, yeah, that'll stop that, but that's fine, because I can attack with everything else. Well, attacking the Muckraker. That'll do most of his life and damage. Oh. Oh, he can protect himself from destruction. I mean, that means I can just do damage, right? Or am I mistaken? Okay. Oh. Can I keep attacking? I don't know how this works. Okay. Hmm. Okay, well, I guess that's how that works. Well, there you go. We were able to one turn knock out Kuriboh's. That was good. Or not quite one turn. No, that was 2 turns, but it's still something. So let's go ahead to the end screen. I think we've shown off most of this deck anyway, so I think we're good. Alright, so the Frightfur Fluffal Edge Imp deck, I guess that's what it's called. We got a lot of wins today, and they were actually rather fun and enjoyable wins. This deck seems to be really competent. I mean, it's pretty simple and self-explanatory. You just summon a bunch of monsters and then fuse them together and do just damage. We don't need to negate anything, so that's nice. I like that I don't have to negate everything. I mean, we have the one thing that can interrupt my opponent, but other than that, it's pretty straightforward. So I hope everyone enjoyed watching. If you would like, please hit the like button so Memphis stops yelling at me. He doesn't really yell that much, but I feel like he doesn't like when the videos don't do good. So if you hit the like button, maybe he'll smile a bit more. And I think, what am I playing tomorrow? Something called Tin Dangles. Alright, I don't know what that is, but I guess that's what I'm playing. So, thank you everyone for watching, and you have a pleasant evening.